What brought me to the house originally was I lost my father 4 years ago, and I had found him, and he had passed away. I went to check on him. He wasn't feeling real good. I thought it was best to take care of him myself because I thought, well, I have the background, I have the medical knowledge. I should be taking care of him myself. I shouldn't be taking him somewhere else because I felt as though I was letting him down. After losing my father, I came to the Toni and Trish, and a profound thing happened. I realized that actually I did him an injustice by taking care of him myself because I was no longer a daughter to him. I was a caregiver. I had a burden of caregiving. I had, my patience were short. I couldn't love on him the same. I was busy doing all of the care and all of the needs and figuring out all the paperwork and all of the things that hospice gives you all those tools for. They have a social worker to help you with the paperwork. Toni and Trish House does the care but lets you be hands-on if that's what you want to be or what you need to be. But you don't have that burden of the worry and what needs to be done because they take care of it. And the family gets to be family. On the wait list for my clinicals for RN at Delta College, it was supposed to be experience, is what she said. She said, the pay is not real good because of what we do. We are nonprofit, and we don't charge any of our guests. And I kept thinking to myself, that sounds too good to be true. I was always taught by my father that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So I kept thinking they're going to try to make me market or do commission or fundraise and I got there and I just kept waiting. Well, it's been 4 years and I'm still waiting. Today, actually, when I leave, we are throwing a baby shower. And I know you're thinking, what? Sometimes it's, we are there just to sit and hold a hand. Sometimes we are the only family that they have. We've had people come from motels. They have no family, they have no one. And we are their family until the end. Then there's times where they're struggling with, maybe they just need last rites or they need, whatever their need is, we seek it out. If they want a peanut butter and jelly and they haven't eaten in 2 weeks and we don't have crunchy peanut butter and that's what they want, we go to the store and we get crunchy peanut butter. Well, this baby shower, the mother is 60, she's very young. She found out recently while she's at the Toni and Trish, her daughter is pregnant. And she's very upset that she will not be able to be there when her grandbaby is born. She's thrown all of her other kids' baby showers. She won't be able to do that for her daughter. And this is something that she needs. So it's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Today it's a baby shower. So we are going to throw a baby shower with just the intimate family members so she can give a gift to her daughter and her new grandbaby.
Our executive director, Jo Ellen, receives several calls a month to bring in guests to our house. And unfortunately, we only have 3 beds at this time, and so we realized we need to add more beds. We legally can only add 3 more beds to have a 6-bedroom home, and which is perfect because we don't want to become a facility. We want to be there to be a home so that we can provide family type care. And so hopefully through our expansion and through getting the word out about the Toni and Trish House, we'll be able to provide more care. We have a guest now that loves to go outside, and he's able to. Not all our guests obviously are at that point. Some are unable to get out of bed, but he can go outside and he loves to enjoy the birds. But his biggest joy right now is he was a former construction worker. And as we are remodeling right now, he's decided he's the supervisor. And so it's been really a joy just to sit outside with him and just see the joy in his eyes at this time as he, thinks he's supervising the construction. And he's been excited to see as it's really coming along. So that's been one of our things we like to do is really there just to be there for them and be their family.
I remember the first year that I had been there, we had family come, and the father and husband, he passed away shortly thereafter. And I remember thinking, wow, did we make the wrong choice? Maybe we shouldn't have brought him in. This has got to be hard for the family. Maybe he should have stayed at the hospital, instead of porting him over. And I thought, how do you even build a rapport with a family who you haven't had time to even meet yet? And I said to his wife, I said, I'm so very sorry. I wish we could have had him here longer. And I'm very sorry that it happened so suddenly. And she said to me, oh no. She said, you don't understand. She said, what you've done here for us, we can never give back for that. She said, you gave the gift to my husband that we could not give him. She said that he was at the hospital next to the nurse's station, so it was very loud, lots of chaos, lots of noise. The room was very small. They have a very large family, so they couldn't all be in the room all at the same time. He said to his sons, daughters, and wife, if you want to give me anything, because they said, anything, Dad, anything, whatever you want, we'll do it. I just want to go home. I don't want to die here. And they said, we knew he couldn't go home. He knew he couldn't go home. She said, we brought him home. This is a home. He died in a home. You gave him his last wish. We were able to give him his last wish. She said, we were all here. This room is so large. All of our family was by his bedside when he passed. Not one, not two of us, all of us. She said, so thank you. Thank you for giving my dad, my husband, the gift that he asked for.
My transition from being a family member who had a loved one there to being on the board of Toni and Trish really came about 2 years after my mom passed away. My mom was there for a little over 2 months. We didn't know when we put her in how long she was going to be there. We didn't know what it was going to be like, but really pretty quick we realized that we made the right decision. My dad wasn't able to take care of my mom at home anymore. We found that out pretty quick. That was really hard. And they took her in and made her feel comfortable and made us feel more at ease because they were doing the heavy lifting. John McKelvey was the ex-director, and he came to my office, and I remember meeting him and developing a relationship with him while my mom was there, and he remembered that I was a financial advisor. They really wanted someone with a financial background on the board. So he came to my office and we had a discussion about that, and I spent some time thinking about it and decided to come onto the board at Toni and Trish. And it's not always been easy. We've invested a lot of time and a lot of hours to make sure that the money that was given, not only in that gift, but every gift that comes in, that we're good stewards of that money, that we use it wisely, and that we're using those resources in the best way possible to serve our community. The expansion that we added, again, with the newer rooms is going to enable us to not only utilize those three, but maybe refurbish the current three that we have during the times when we're not full. So there's kind of a double benefit to this, is serving up to 6 people up from the current 3, but then in the times when we're not full, maybe one room at a time, be able to update those to better equipment, better furniture, paint if necessary, maybe redo any bathrooms that need any work, to replace windows, that kind of thing. So there's a benefit in having the extra rooms to kind of offload the pressure on the current 3 rooms, but also to have up to 6 guests in times when there's more of a need.
I had a best friend that had been fighting cancer for 2.5 years and was in the hospital again. And so she wanted me to find some locations where she could go should she not be able to take care of herself anymore. And so on my way to McLaren Hospital, I went to the Toni and Trish house, and Joellen Streeter was there, and she welcomed me in and showed me the home, and I was very happy to see it and to know what was available there in case Diane needed care. Well, within 2 days, Diane had taken a turn for the worse, and she said that she was going to need hospice care and a facility. So it was a miracle that the Toni and Trish house had an opening and Diane was able to go, she loved it. And that's what really, made my heart think that this is a special place, because Diane just loved it, and it was so important to me that she be in a place where she was happy, during the last few weeks of her life.